I'm 19 and I had sex with my friend's mom.
I had sex with my friend's mom when I wanted to say something to someone for years about this, so here goes. When I was already 19, I was friends with a guy that had a pretty hot mom. She was thin, blonde, freckled, B-cup. The mom that every guy my age would talk about. They also had a pool, so we got to see her in bikini in the summer. I used to jerk off thinking about her all the time. We were friends for a few years, and then he moved to BC to live with his dad. I would see him every couple of months when he came back for a visit. She needed help around the house, grass cut, skimming the pool, etc. So she would pay me to do a bunch of the yard work. My parents were happy about the arrangement since I was helping out someone that needed it and I was making some money in addition to my part-time job. Sometimes we would hop into the pool together after I was done and talk, and she would flirt with me just a little, probably to see if I was into it. Soon I was there 2 to 3 times a week. One day she invited me into the sauna in the basement after she had a few glasses of wine. She offered me a beer to keep me cool. So she's sitting across from me and wearing only a towel. She had her legs open enough for me to just barely see her crotch. Then she asked if I wanted to see what was under the towel. I nervously said, okay, and she dropped it to reveal a 10 out of 10 smoking body. Then she said, I'm showing you mine. Now let me see yours. And then she helped pull off my swim shorts. I'm standing there naked with a full hard-on in front of her, not sure what to do. She started to play with my cock and then went down on me. It was way better than the BJs I got from inexperienced girls. I came in like 2 minutes, if that. She kind of laughed and asked if I wanted to play with her. She took me to the spare room in the basement and let me touch her and instructed me on how to give her good head. After about 15 minutes, I was hard again, and she rode me until I came inside her. She told me she was fixed so I could come in her anytime I wanted. After that first meeting, whenever I came to her house, I would have sex with her any way I wanted. It was crazy. I was banging the MILF all my buddies would talk about, but I couldn't say anything to them about it. For one, they probably wouldn't believe me, and secondly, she said if anyone ever found out, I'd be cut off. So for the next 2 years, I fucked her twice a week, despite having a girlfriend on and off the whole time. Some people may think that she took advantage of me, but really, whatever. I enjoyed it. I've never told anyone about that until now. Feels kind of good. Something similar happened to a friend of mine, only it was his girlfriend's mom. He's a class act. I slept with my friend's mom and IDK what to do. So yes, I know this sounds very cut and dry, but hear me out. I, 25 me, have been friends with my friends, 23F, for almost 13 years now. We go a long time back. Her mom had basically been a second mom to me my whole life because my mom, when I was younger, had to work a lot to make ends meet. So I was always at their house till I would get picked up. This is just some context for our relationships. So fast forward to today, her mom, which I won't lie is a very attractive woman, I'll say, started acting weird towards me 3 months ago, which all built up to happen yesterday. Over the months, she started getting more touchy with me, but I brushed it off because I didn't think much of it. But then it turned no more compliments about my appearance, then went into her wearing more revealing clothes around me. If this all sounds like I'm a very oblivious person, you would be correct because I'm terrible at reading body language and what people want. All this built up to yesterday. Went over to my friend's house because we were going to go to dinner. And she told me to wait at her house for a few hours because she was running late from work. So it was just me and her mom. My friend's mom came out wearing a pretty revealing outfit, which really caught my eye, and I asked if she was going somewhere, and she said, "No, I put it on for you," while walking over to me. And from that point, one thing led to another, and you can guess what happened. I don't want to hide this from my friend, and I'd feel terrible if I hide it. But my thing is, how do I ironically walk up to someone and tell them I had sex with their mom? Just chill. You're getting some good sex, and everyone is adults. Keep your mouth shut and enjoy life for a little bit. Laugh, Sarstera. Just keep it hush-hush. And if you truly do feel this bad, just don't do it again. Guys who have had sex with their friend's mother, how was it? How and why did you do it, and what were the consequences? Well, here goes. I'm not sure why I even went for her because she was a real bitch, but one thing led to another and we were on all fours going at it like animals. I wasn't really thinking, but I had a vague idea that everything will be okay and I'll get away with it. However, I was wrong because my best friend walked in on us. I still don't know if it was due to shock or something, but his reaction was to puke on the floor and ran away. Things were tense, to say the least, for the next several days, but he and I did manage to work it out eventually. I don't know if he'll feel the same way about me as he used to, but we're cool at the moment. We still go for walks and stuff. After all, he is a man's best friend. Not me, but a guy I knew had an affair with his best friend's mom when she was married, caused him to get a divorce, and then married his best friend's mom. It has blown up in everyone's face at least a dozen times, and the mom's daughter has basically moved away and cut off the family because of it. It was my favorite reason to check Facebook. I keep multiple friends on Facebook solely for the drama and schadenfreude. Check Facebook before they stop using it as well. I met my best friend at the bus stop on the first day of freshman year back in the 90s. A few years later, I lost my virginity to his mom. There was alcohol and drugs involved. It was kind of a bad time for us both. We weren't really in a good place and we just needed someone to be close to. He was the best man at my wedding in November. I saw his mom at his birthday in February. She got her shit together and so did I. We are actually like family now.
Not trying to be rude here, but isn't the whole "we're actually like family now" kind of weird?
I'm assuming your friend doesn't know what happened? He doesn't know. She's now 60-ish years old. It's not weird for me or her. Some people can for a while and remain friends later. My buddy's mom was the cool mom for as long as I can remember. We were allowed to watch porn at his house. Late night HBO/Skinamax. And from around the age of 13 to 14, we were allowed to drink then. One night, after my friend had been to bed, she flat out told 3 of us once we turned, she would fuck us. I never took her up on that offer because it was my friend's mom, right? Anyways, one claimed he did, but I'm not sure, and the other felt the same as me. It kind of fucked since he was our buddy. However, in high school, upperclassmen would give the younger guys a ride home after football practice, and I saw verifiable picture/text proof that one of our upperclassmen would take Buddy home from practice, and after he got in the shower, upperclassmen would come in and fuck his mom, like almost every day. Another upperclassman was 18 and able to check himself out of school for doctor appointments and stuff like that. Again, I saw picture, text, evidence that he used to check himself out of school and go fuck Buddy's mom. Nice. This is how it's done. I did this, sort of. I was in a culinary school and had an older woman in my class. She was fairly pervy and would make comments about me. I was in my mid-20s. We were paired together for an overnight to a farm several hours away. I rode with her. It wasn't all that awkward, but it was fairly obvious she was up for it if I was. I wasn't, but didn't make it obvious. I woke up and checked on her the next morning. She asked me for a kiss. I was single and decided to flirt with her for fun, so I figured what the hell. We ended up having very blah sex. It was a very awkward car ride home. We still had another month of culinary school to go. We never spoke of it again. At graduation, her daughter showed up. Her mother introduced us. Her daughter was my age and cute as hell. It was awkward for me. Definitely a very strange experience, and I would not recommend. At the time, it was pretty exhilarating. I fucked her on the couch in her parents' house. They were quite old at the time, and she was 40. Since her tubes were tied, I busted right inside of her, and it felt like heaven. I did it because I had a crush on her at the time and didn't realize she had developed a crush on me as well. Considering how young I was, I now believe she had to be fucked in the head to believe that was a good idea. The consequences were that I lost one of the best friends I ever had when he found out. She ended up telling her family about it, sort of bragging, I guess, and his dad found out and told his son. My friend always told me he had forgiven me for it, but he is kind of a scary, never forgive a grudge kind of person, so I stayed the fuck away from him after that. It was not worth it at all, and if I had another chance, I never would have done it. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next videos. In the meantime, check out the other ones. They're already waiting for you. Share your thoughts on this topic in the comments and tell your own stories. Wishing you a great day, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.